Hey friends, today we're gonna build one of those, just a little smaller. Hey guys, my name is Tom and today we are building a castle. I don't know if you have had the same experience, but over the last few weeks we've been collecting a lot of these boxes at our house and I thought it'd be cool to make something out of them. So that's what we're gonna do today. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe so we can get these videos out to more and more people. Brooke and I live just a few minutes away from a castle and it's amazing. We love going there to walk. When I go there, I often imagine what it must have been like when it was actually being used as a castle. The knights, the archers, the epic battles. I imagine the giant walls, the buildings, and everything. Just so cool. So we're going to be taking boxes just like this one and turning them into a castle. This is going to be a fun project. So you can use this as decoration, maybe a fort for your toys, or even a special hiding spot. So let's get started. To make this castle, you'll first need a good bit of cardboard. 4 identical pieces for the main walls, 4 taller and thinner pieces for the main tower, and 4 more pieces for the tallest tower. You'll need a pencil, a ruler, scissors, packing tape, permanent markers, gray paint, toothpicks, colored paper, and a string. Just a quick heads up, it's always a good idea to talk to your parents before you use scissors or paint. All right, let's start with the walls. The first step is cutting out your cardboard. I took a piece of cardboard and cut it out to this rectangular shape that I thought would be great for the wall. The second step that you'll take after cutting this is tracing the outline of your first wall onto the cardboard so that you can make 3 exact copies, because you're going to want 4 walls for the main part of your castle. Once you're done with making the 4 walls of your castle, the next thing you need to do is start working on your tower. Now, the tower is a little bit taller and a little bit thinner. And the best way to figure out how big it should be is to hold it up against the main part of your castle. Once you've cut the main walls and the tower, you can start working on the tiny tower. Now, I had a little box that was the perfect size, so I didn't really need to cut mine. But if you want to cut yours, what you'll need to do is just follow the exact same instructions from the first 2 sets of walls, but just do it a little bit smaller and a little bit taller. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build these battlements. Battlements are the zigzaggy things on the top of castle walls. Hello! Now, the way that you want to cut these is to start on the ends, because you don't want to end one of the walls with a cutout part. You always want to have the upper part on the edges and then work your way in. So I took a ruler and just put it along the edge and made a line. This part right here we're going to cut out, this part right here we're going to cut out, and this part right here we're going to cut out. So the easiest way to do this is to cut to the edge, and then you're actually just going to wiggle it back and forth. So you just wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it, and then tear it. So you're going to do that for each one. So you just wiggle it, wiggle it, wiggle it, and look, voila, we have a wall. Pretty cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this for all of our walls. And the easiest way to do this is to just hold them up to the next one like this. And you can actually trace that same line. To build the gate, you'll first need to find your best wall. So I think this one is my favorite, so this is what I'm going to use. Find the middle of your wall using a ruler and then begin to outline the gate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down here, a line down here, and the top of the roof. So now that this is all marked out, I can go ahead and cut it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put all of our walls together. Take your walls and you put them together like this. You want the even part to be on the bottom, not the top. Once you have your walls completely together like this is perfect. What you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of tape, you're going to lay it perfectly along the side of the wall like that. So curl it so that it goes to the right angle and then push it down again. To connect the tower to the castle, what you're going to want to do is notch a line halfway down so that you can feed it through here. Now I'm going to make mine a little bit to the outside so that I have space on the inside for something if I want to put a little door or anything like that. So I'm going to draw a line about 2/3 of the way over, all the way down, and I'm going to make sure that it is the same height as this wall. So I'm going to cut this all the way to here. To make it equal, and you can see from the camera up top, you're going to want to make it so that it is completely square right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to connect these two, and then this notch is going to go right here. So now I've got my two notches, and I'm going to put these in here like this, and it should go all the way to the bottom, which it does, which is great. So now I have this connected. So what I'll do is I'll tape our other two sides, and then we'll have our tower. So if you have a spare piece of cardboard, you can use it to do a roof on your tower. So I just cut it until it fit, and then I just kind of pushed it in there like that. Once you've put together your tallest tower, you can take a pair of scissors and make a window. To make your roof, take a thick piece of paper and curl it to make a cone shape. Now make it as tight as you can at the top so that there's a point. And then what you can do is take some tape and tape the outside so that it sticks. So now you've got a cone shape for your roof. If it's the right size for the tower, you can begin to cut it around the edge. Now what you're going to want to do is look at it from the side to see if it's even all the way around. I use brown paint to paint the roof, but you can use whatever color you'd like. Just make sure that you use something to cover your space so you don't get paint everywhere. To paint the walls, I use black paint and white paint. I mixed these two colors together until I got a really good gray color for the walls. Once I had gotten the right shade of gray, I painted the entire castle. To add some detail, I took a permanent marker and drew some stonework all around my castle. I also made some really cool flags out of toothpicks and paper to make my castle look a little bit more colorful. The last thing I did was build a drawbridge out of string and extra cardboard. I poked 2 holes above the door and 2 holes on the bottom of the drawbridge and strung some yarn through the whole thing. Wow, what a cool castle. I had so much fun making this with you today. I hope you have tons of cool adventures with the castle that you made at home. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you built a castle and you'd like to get it featured on a future episode of Party Create, make sure you send us a photo. Well, that's it. I had so much fun with you guys today. Make sure you guys party on. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you next time on Party Create.